Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today I have something informative lined up for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe online, cyber network. The information in this article is strictly for educational and informational purposes. Our goal is to raise awareness about common cybersecurity threats that impact everyday internet users. We'll explore how data breaches happen, how stolen data is sold, and how criminals exploit it. Understanding these threats is the first step in protecting yourself. This knowledge empowers you to make safer choices online and secure your digital identity. We do not condone or encourage illegal activities. Accessing the dark web is risky and unlawful if used for anything but defensive learning. Our focus is on defense, helping you recognize vulnerabilities and take proactive measures. We'll break down complex topics into simple, relatable examples. Treat this article as a guide to understanding the threat landscape, not a manual for navigating it. Your online safety should always be your top priority. The dark web is a hidden part of the internet, shrouded in secrecy and often misunderstood by the general public. Unlike the websites you visit every day, the dark web operates beneath the surface, away from the eyes of most users. It's not indexed by search engines like Google, Bing, or Yahoo, meaning you can't simply stumble upon it by accident or through a regular search. Accessing the dark web requires special software, such as the Tor browser, which is designed to anonymize your web traffic and mask your identity. This software routes your connection through multiple servers around the world, making it extremely difficult to trace your online activity. While the dark web was originally created to protect privacy for journalists, activists, and people living under oppressive regimes, its promise of anonymity has also attracted criminals and those wishing to operate outside the law. The dark web is infamous for hosting marketplaces where illegal goods and services are bought and sold, ranging from drugs and malware to, most relevant here, stolen data and hacking tools. These underground sites often mimic the look and feel of legitimate e-commerce platforms, but instead of credit cards, they use untraceable cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Monero for transactions, making it even harder to track the flow of money. It's important to distinguish the dark web from the deep web. The deep web includes all parts of the internet not indexed by search engines, such as your email inbox, private databases, or your bank portal, places that are private but not malicious. The dark web, on the other hand, is a much smaller, intentionally hidden subset of the deep web, designed specifically for secrecy and anonymity. This secrecy enables criminals to buy and sell stolen information, hacking tools, and illegal services with a much lower risk of being caught by law enforcement. For hackers, the dark web is the marketplace where stolen data, like credit card numbers, passwords, and personal information, is turned into cash, fueling a global underground economy. This hidden marketplace is a driving force behind ongoing cyber attacks, as it makes data breaches profitable and encourages more criminal activity. Understanding how the dark web operates is key to understanding how your personal data can be exploited, and why protecting your information online is more important than ever. A data dump is a massive collection of stolen information, often gathered in the aftermath of a cyber attack or security breach. This information is usually extracted from a company's user database, then carefully packaged and prepared for sale to the highest bidder. These dumps can include a wide range of personal details: email addresses, passwords, full names, birth dates, home addresses, phone numbers, and sometimes even more sensitive data, like social security numbers or security questions. Each additional piece of information increases the value of the dump on the dark web, making it more attractive to buyers looking for ways to exploit victims. Data dumps are harvested during breaches, then compiled into organized files or spreadsheets, ready for distribution. They're openly advertised on dark web forums and marketplaces, with prices that vary depending on how recent the data is and how sensitive the information might be. Criminals often buy these dumps in bulk, gaining access to millions of potential targets for scams, phishing, or identity theft. Data is sold in different tiers. Basic email and password lists are relatively cheap and easy to obtain, while dumps containing financial information, credit card numbers, or banking details command much higher prices. To attract buyers, Sellers often provide free samples or previews of the data to prove it's real and up to date. The data itself is often messy, unfiltered, and full of duplicates, but the sheer volume makes it incredibly valuable to cybercriminals. Even if only a small percentage of passwords still work, a dump containing millions of records can result in thousands of successful account takeovers, leading to further fraud or attacks. For criminals, it's a numbers game. They automate login attempts and play it at scale, knowing that even a tiny success rate can be profitable. Your information could be included in one of these dumps, even if you've never heard of the company that was breached, because your data is often shared or sold between organizations. That's why staying aware, using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and practicing proactive defense are absolutely critical in today's digital world. Data dumps result from successful data breaches, which can occur in several ways. Hackers exploit software vulnerabilities or bugs in website code to access databases. Techniques like SQL injection can trick systems into revealing sensitive data. Weak or stolen administrator credentials are another common entry point. Phishing attacks and password reuse by employees make breaches easier. Sometimes hackers target third-party vendors with poor security to access larger companies' data. Supply chain risks mean one weak link can compromise many organizations. Human error, like misconfigured servers or falling for social engineering, also leads to breaches. No technical defense is perfect. Simple mistakes can be just as damaging as sophisticated attacks. Understanding these risks helps you see why breaches are so common. After stealing data, hackers don't just sit on their loot. They meticulously organize the stolen information into usable formats, often converting raw dumps into clean text files or detailed spreadsheets. This makes the data easier to sell and more attractive to potential buyers who want information that's ready to use for fraud or identity theft. To build credibility on dark web marketplaces, hackers often release free samples of the stolen data. These samples serve as proof of authenticity, helping them establish a reputation and attract more buyers. The more reliable the seller, the more business they get. Escrow services are commonly used to build trust between buyers and sellers. These services hold the payment until the buyer confirms the data is legitimate, minimizing the risk of scams and ensuring both parties follow through. The price of stolen data depends on several factors, including how recent the breach is, the sensitivity of the information, and the demand for that type of data. Payment is almost always in cryptocurrency, making transactions harder to trace. Data dumps from major companies or fresh breaches command the highest prices. Hackers know that newly stolen data is more valuable because it's less likely to have been flagged or changed by victims. Sellers advertise details like the source of the breach, the date it occurred, and the number of records included, just like a product listing on a legitimate e-commerce site. This transparency helps buyers make informed decisions. Once a data dump is sold, it spreads rapidly. Buyers may use the information themselves for fraud, or they might resell it to others, multiplying the number of people with access to your stolen data. Over time, these dumps are often repackaged and combined with data from other breaches. This creates massive, ever-growing databases of stolen information that can circulate for years, resurfacing in new attacks. This process, known as data chaining, means your stolen information can be reused in countless attacks. Hackers may use your credentials to try and access other accounts or combine your data with other leaks for more targeted scams. A single breach can result in your data being sold and resold multiple times, passing through the hands of many different criminals. Each sale increases the risk of your information being misused. The criminal economy thrives on this constant recycling and redistribution of stolen information. It's a never-ending cycle that fuels more cybercrime and puts more people at risk. That's why a single breach can haunt you for years, with your personal information resurfacing again and again in new attacks or scams. In today's digital world, protecting your data is more important than ever. Using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and staying vigilant can help keep your information safe from falling into the wrong hands. For criminals, a data dump is a toolkit for attacks. The simplest move is to try logging into the breached service with stolen credentials. If passwords still work, attackers gain instant access to accounts. The real power comes from credential stuffing, using bots to test stolen logins across many sites. Since many people reuse passwords, this method is highly effective. Stolen data also fuels phishing and social engineering, making scams more convincing. With enough details, criminals can commit identity theft or open accounts in your name. Each piece of stolen data is a puzzle piece in a larger scheme to steal your digital identity. Password reuse is the main reason dark web dumps are so dangerous. People often use the same or similar passwords across multiple accounts. Once a hacker has your password from one breach, they'll try it everywhere, especially on your email. Your email is the hub of your digital life, holding password resets for all your accounts. If attackers access your email, they can quickly take over your bank, social media, and more. This creates a domino effect. One breach can compromise your entire online identity. Hackers can lock you out of all your accounts within minutes. Security experts stress using unique passwords for every account to contain the damage. If one site is breached, only that account is affected. Password reuse connects all your accounts. Break the chain to protect yourself. Don't let one weak password unravel your digital life. Protecting yourself doesn't require expert skills, just good habits. Use a unique, strong password for every account, and rely on a password manager to keep track. Enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, on all critical accounts for an extra layer of security. 2FA makes it much harder for hackers to access your accounts, even with your password. Stay alert for phishing attempts. Look for suspicious emails, urgent language, and odd links. Never click on links or download attachments from unknown senders. Check if your email has been in a breach using services like Have I Been Pwned? If you find your email in a breach, change your passwords immediately. Regular monitoring and quick action can limit the damage if your data is exposed. Data breaches are inevitable, so assume some of your information is already out there. Don't panic. Be prepared and proactive. Use password managers, enable 2FA, and scrutinize emails before clicking links. Consistent habits make you a harder target for hackers. Stay informed about new threats and major breaches. The more you know, the safer you are online. Ultimately, your online safety is your responsibility. Companies must protect your data, but you are the last line of defense. Be cautious, skeptical, and vigilant. Never underestimate the value of your personal information. By following these steps, you can limit the damage if your data is ever exposed. Protect your keys, and you protect your kingdom. Thanks for watching and learning with me. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber Network.